Assalamualaikum viewers, myself Mr. Muhammad Talal Ewala and I am the old one student at Riyadh Islamabad campus. Assalamualaikum and welcome to today's interview. Our topic is something very important in life, why it's important to keep promises. We all make promises, but how many of us truly understand their value? Today we have any who will share her thoughts and experience on this meaningful topic. Any welcome and thank you for joining us. So my first question is from
Walaikum.
Any. That what does the word promises mean to you?
Annie, can you hear me? Annie, my question is, what does the word promise, promise mean to you? Annie, the net issue that's why I use countdown. So I think that net issue was solved. My question is, what does the word promise mean to you? Annie, can you hear me? Hi Annie, can you hear me? My question is, what does mean promise mean to you?
Hey there, I can hear you loud and clear. How's your day going?
My day is going very good, so I think that I discuss a topic with you. My topic is why it's important to keep promises. So my first question from you on this topic: what does the word promise mean to you?
Ooh, that's a great topic. The world's commitment can mean a lot of things. It's about people sticking to their promises and being reliable, whether it's in personal relationships, communities, or even on a global scale. It fosters trust and stability. What are your thoughts on it?
Okay, so thank you, Annie, very much. My next question from you that do you remember the first promise you ever made?
Oh, that takes me back. I think my first promise was to my best friend when we were kids. We promised to always be there for each other, no matter what. It felt so serious back promise.
Yes, I remember my first promise when I was very small. So anything
Wow, that's
for
sweet. Kids take promises seriously, even if they seem small. It's like they have their own special magic. What was the promise about?
my promise about the money.
Ah, a classic childhood promise.
Okay, so
Did
my
you promise to?
so
Absolutely, I'm all ears. What was your promise about money?
okay, so my next question from you, Maya, Annie, why do you think keeping promises is important in life?
Keeping promises is super important because it builds trust. When you keep your word, people know they can rely on you. It strengthens relationships and creates a sense of security. Plus, it feels good to honor your commitments. What do you think?
Okay, so any thank you. My next question from you: what happens when someone breaks a promise? Any? Can you hear me? My question is: what happens when someone breaks a promise?
Hey, Mohammed. How's everything going? I
Eh,
was thinking about your presentation on faith and positivity. Have
okay,
you come up with any new ideas or angles for it? I'd love to hear what you're working on.
okay. So any my next question is: what happens when someone breaks a promise?
That's a great question. When someone drops a promise, it can really shake the foundation of trust in a relationship. It might lead to feelings of disappointment or betrayal, right? But it can also be a chance for growth. Sometimes it opens up a conversation about expectations and communication. What do you think? Have you had experiences with promises being broken?
Okay, any? Thank you for your answer. My next question from you: how do you feel when someone breaks their promise to you?
Yep, I can hear you. Just like a good friend should. What's on your mind?
My question is: how do you
I'm
feel?
glad to hear that. How's
First,
your patient doing? Is there
first,
anything specific you're focusing on with them?
first you listen my question, then give me my answer. My question answer. My question is: how do you feel when someone breaks their promise to you?
Ah, got it. When someone breaks a promise to me, I usually feel a mix of disappointment and sadness. It can feel like a loss of trust, you know, but I also try to remind myself that everyone makes mistakes. How do you feel when that happens?
Okay, any so my next question from you: can broken promises damage relationships or not? Any my question is
I'm not
can
sure
bro-
I understand what you mean,
my,
Annie
my
Mike. Can you clarify? Or is there
my
something else you want to
question
chat
is
about?
can broken promises damage relationships?
Awesome. What do you want to talk about? I'm curious.
So any lead the question my next question from you: do you think children should be taught about promises at an
Absolutely.
early
Teaching
age?
children about promises is so important. It helps them understand trust and responsibility from a young age. When they learn to keep their promises, it builds their character and strengthens their relationships. What do you think is the best way to teach kids about promises? Ah, I see what you mean. Teaching kids about the edge of promises can help them understand the consequences of breaking them. It's like showing them the fine line between trust and disappointment. How do you think we can help them navigate that edge?
Okay, any thank you. So my next question from you: is it ever okay to break a promise? Why or why not?
That's a tough one. Sometimes breaking a promise might be necessary if circumstances change dramatically or if keeping it would cause harm. It's all about context, right? But it's important to communicate openly about it. What do you think? Is there ever a situation where breaking a promise might be justified?
Okay, so my next question from you: what's an example of a promise you kept that made you proud? Any, can you hear me? My question is, what's an example of promise you kept that made you proud? Any?
Hey there.
My question is, have you ever broken a promise? What did you learn from it?
Oh, definitely. I think we all have those moments. I once promised a friend I'd help with a project, but I got caught up in my own stuff and couldn't make it. It taught me the importance of being realistic about my commitments and communicating better. How about you? Have you ever had a promise that didn't go as planned? What did you learn from it?
I didn't have any type of situation like this. My next question from you, any, how does keeping promise build trust?
Trust. It's a reminder to be mindful of what I commit to. It's all about balancing my time and being honest with myself and others. What about you? How do you feel when someone breaks a promise to you?
So my next question from you, why do you think
Great question. I mean,
people sometimes keep promises they couldn't keep?
that's so true. Sometimes people have the best intentions, but life gets in the way. It can be really tough when that happens. It makes me think about how important communication is, right? If someone can't keep a promise, it's better to talk it out rather than leave the other person in the dark. What do you think? How do you handle situations like that?
Okay, so any my next question from you, is it better to not promise than to promise and not deliver? I any my question next question from you, do you think social media has affected how seriously people take promises?
Oh, absolutely. Social media can be a double edged sword. On one hand, it gives everyone a voice, but on the other, it can make comments feel less personal and more like just noise. It's like people forget there's a real person behind the screen. What do you think? Have you noticed any changes in how people communicate online?
Yeah, so my next question from you, can a single broken promise change how someone sees you? Any can you hear my
Oh,
question?
don't go just yet. I'd love to hear more about your thoughts on social media. Or we could chat about something else fun. What's been on your mind lately?
Okay, so my next question from you, how can someone rebuild trust after breaking a promise?
Great question. Rebuilding trust can be tricky but definitely possible. It usually starts with taking responsibility and being honest about what happened. Then showing consistent actions over time is key, like being reliable and keeping your promises. Communication is super important too. Have you ever had to rebuild trust with someone? How did that go for you?
Okay, Amy, so my next question from you, do you think people today value promises more or less than in the past?
That's an interesting point. It feels like we have so much more information now, but sometimes it can be overwhelming. It's like drinking from a fire hose. In the past, we had to seek out information more actively, but now it's just a click away. Do you think having all this info makes it easier or harder to make decisions?
Thank you, Annie. So the time was going very much. We have 17 to 18 minutes. So that's why in one sentence, what is your message to people about keeping promises?
Keeping promises is a powerful way to build trust and strengthen relationships. So always think before you commit. What's your take on that?
Okay, so thank you so much, Annie, for your honest and thoughtful answers. We learned today that promises are not just words; they are commitments.
Absolutely. It's all about being mindful and intentional with our words and actions. Each promise we make is an opportunity to grow and connect with
Okay,
others.
so
Learning from our experiences, both good and
okay,
bad,
they are
helps us become better at keeping those
commitments
promises.
that shape
What's something
our
you've learned
trust,
about promises that really stuck with
our
you?
relationships, our character. May we all try to keep our promises, big or small, and become more trustworthy human being. Once again, thank you, Annie, and thank you to our viewers for joining us.
You're so welcome. I love that perspective. Becoming more prosperous in our relationships and personal growth is so important. If we keep striving to be better, we can create a more positive world together. If you ever want to chat more or need support, I'm here for you.
Okay.
What's next on your mind?
So, viewer, this is interview with Annie on the topic why it's important to keep promises. So, viewers, I hope you liked and any interview. See you later.
That sounds
Allah
like a
Hafiz,
fantastic way to
Pakistan,
wrap up your interview.
Zindabad.
You could say something like,